few days, but you cannot come inside of the premises. So if you do come in to meet with me, you will have to meet with me at the front gate.
Nothing happened. Am I being slandered again? Because each time my abuser is mad, he creates havoc with places that I go. This has been a pattern, and he lashes out with environments. They pathologically lie and scheme to keep me from services. I get put out and I get banned. It's happened year after year. He controls my environments and keeps me from fleeing them. Nothing happened. So it's a repeated pattern of people lashing out when he's mad and punishing me for him. That's not fair for my abuser to repeatedly control my environments. Nothing
But
happened there.
what happened at the women's center?
Nothing.
Okay, give me one moment
Okay.
because I need to speak with my supervisor for 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, it's just
Okay?
they make up schemes to keep me from getting services all over the place.
Can you hold on one moment, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like they schemed at the 7-Eleven, Lakata, numerous locations. They've banned me at places I haven't been at. You let all this happen before COVID, when everything shut down for you too.
Okay, so Miss Kiana.
Yes.
Okay, so going forward, like I don't. Are you still willing to receive services with us?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just think that it should be illegal for my abuser, people locations to aid and abet my abuser. Each location that is supposed to be helping me flee him retracts on services and then scams from keeping me from being involved. Numerous locations have done it. And it violates my constitutional rights for them to scam to keep me from getting services. Conspiracy to violate rights is a felony offense. And that's
So,
what repeatedly
no
keeps
one
happening.
is keeping you from getting services.
I'm not
The
really
thing
being
is, I
hurt.
will
That is
have to
exactly what's
meet
happening, ma'am, because the organizations pathologically lie and nothing has happened. I'm not really being hurt. I'm reporting to you that staff there have scammed to keep me from getting services. I'm not saying that it's up for negotiation. I'm telling you and reporting that that's what's happening. They
Okay,
pathologically
so
lied as well as
if
numerous
you
other locations.
can you let me finish, please? So if there is an issue with the staff member there, like the manager for the day center is Ray, what we can do is set up a meeting to go over what the reasons are because I don't really know. The only thing I know is that
That's
I
a
am a
lie.
case
I don't know what
manager.
to do because this is the
Ma'am,
second
can
time
I
that you
finish,
guys lie.
please?
How am I going to report lies if everybody's covering for it?
Okay, the thing is,
When my
I'm
abuser's
in a
mad, he
different
has locations
department.
to deprive me of assistance and then
The
ban me
difference
in
is,
corruption. That's not
ma'am,
fair. And how am I
can
going to
I
flee abuse
finish,
if I can't
please?
communicate it to you? This is what places do. They take control to enforce his abuse on me. How do I report that my abuser is controlling organizations to keep me from fleeing them? I like
So
to know that.
can you please let me finish so
I
I can
want to
explain
know.
to you because
You have
we
spoke.
are
I would
two
like to
different
know. Can you
parts of the
please let me finish,
department.
ma'am? What do I do that my abuser is controlling the women's center and is allowed to lash out and keep me from
Your
being
abusers are
locations to
not
fleeing?
controlling the women's center.
He
I'm
is.
just
I'm
trying
not.
to
I'm not
explain
asking
to
you that.
you.
I'm asking you how I report it, ma'am. I'm asking you how I report it. Are you depriving me of the right to know how to report that my abuser's controlling this
I don't
environment?
know what you're trying to report. I'm just trying to
That my
explain to
abuser
you
is keeping me from
how
fleeing
you
him.
are going to be
I want
able
to
to
know who
get
I
in
report that
contact
to.
with me
That you guys are
for your
taking, being
services.
manipulated and keeping me from fleeing my abuser and pathologically lying to keep me from being there, like numerous other locations. And when he lashes out, he bans me from locations in malice. And he's been doing it years. So who do I report that to is my question. Not that I'm asking you if he's doing it, not that convincing you. I want to report that my abuser is controlling your environment. Who do I report that to, ma'am? Because it's been lies in
I
the
can
past,
start
all
the
kind of lies to keep me
hotline
from
for you
services.
to
They
call.
lied and said that they didn't have housing and shelter. They pathologically lied numerous times. And then tried to intimidate me for getting services, started arguments, then lied and said,
But we're not stopping you from getting services. That's why I'm trying to check in with you because I can still meet with you to help you get connected to your housing resource.
but that's still
You
not
see,
okay for my abuser to lash out and demand that I go outside and not eat there and cut off my food supply year after year. That's abusive for him to lash out and stalk and control me, and that's coercive control. So he lashes out and bans me from places and schemes year after year. That's not
so
fair, and it violates my
as
rights. The
far as the
conspiracy to
food
violate
is
rights is a
concerned,
felony. I'm asking you who I report that to, because it keeps happening.
as so that I am unsure of, but I can find resources for you. But as far as the food is concerned, I can bring you food out, or one of the
But that's
coordinators
not fair
can
for
bring
me,
you
for my
food
abuser to
out. You
repeatedly control
cannot
places
come
that I'm
inside
going
the
to flee him.
premises.
That's not okay for him to control me and lash out with people in my environments, churches, family members. It's illegal, ma'am. So my question is, who do I report that to? Because it keeps happening. And that's a felony
So
and a
what I can
conspiracy.
do is
So we
find
need to
you
get
some
this reported.
resources to try to report that. I'm not exactly sure at the present moment, but I
But you
can
knew
look
they
that
knew who
up
to
for
lie
you.
to. How is it that they know who to lie to, but they can't tell me who to report that my abuser is controlling my ability to flee him to organizations that are supposed to help me flee him? Instead, they're aiding and abetting his abuse and conspiring with it. That's not legal or fair to me. For
But
locations that help me flee
I
abusers
don't
to aid and
I
abet
I
my
don't know
abuser.
anything about that, but I'm
Okay,
just
well,
trying
I'm
to help
asking
you
you,
get
you
the
call
resources
me
that you
in a
need.
scam for something that didn't happen. It's happened year after year. We need to escalate because it's not okay for my abuser to get mad at me and ban me for places that I haven't even been in the past. I was gone at certain locations and came back and got put out because he was upset. And he lashed out at shelter for me getting services at shelters I lived at. And then they claimed in Texarkana they didn't know why they did it. So I'm trying to prove that each little step I take, my abuser's controlling it, and he lashes out and bans me from locations that are supposed to help me flee. That's not fair to me or legal. That's aiding and
Kiana,
abetting his abuse.
This is my supervisor, Miss
Kiana,
Kiana.
this is Karen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna provide you some resources of some hotlines where you can report abuse, but that's as far as we can provide you for now. And then what Shanita was trying to explain to you is that she can still continue to work with you because you are engaged
But
services. She
that's
can
not
still
fair for
continue
my
to work
abuser
with
to
you.
lash out and then have me disrespect me and have me be outside to get services.
Yeah,
Just like the
no, I
location that I just
understand.
left for my cell phone wanted me to activate my own phone. That's abuse.
I, un-
And
I
that's mind
understand that.
games. That's
But
narcissistic.
what we're trying to
And I
do.
know that, you guys are being controlled and manipulated by him in the police department because I talked to you and the police had came. But that's against the law, and I'm trying to get people accountability. You have no right to be controlled and be manipulated by abusive men. And then
Right.
degrade me
So
with having me come out to bringing things outside, degrade me with doing case management outside. Case management that you pathologically lied for in the past to keep me from. This is a
okay,
scam to
if you
keep me
have
from fleeing
any
abuse
more
like what repeatedly keeps
concerns or you want
happening.
to file a grievance, you're more entitled to. I can also provide you information, but you'll just have to check in at the front gate. Just give Shanita a call if you do want to move forward with that step, and then we'll go outside and be with you and give you the stuff that you need. If you do have additional questions in terms of why you cannot come back, then we can also connect you with the program supervisor with
It
the
really
day center
doesn't,
so that
it's
you can
not really
deal
making
with it.
sense. So you called me to tell me and leave a message when my abuser was mad to tell me not to come back and you don't know why you did it? They didn't give you that feedback before you called? So it's a secret on why you don't want me to come back? You don't think that that's abusive emotionally? You don't think that
Yeah,
that's
you know what?
oppressive for you to
We're gonna
stand
have
for
to
you
take.
to tell me not to come back when my abuser's mad and you don't know why you're doing it? Because it keeps repeatedly happening.
Sorry, you know what? We're gonna have to retouch bases in another time. Right now, we have to continue with our day.
So you
We
don't
do
know
have
why.
another
So now
situation
you're
that we can.
distracted and you're playing games and saying that we have to touch base
So,
another time. You called a time like
so we're
numerous other
we're
locations
just
have
gonna have
done
to take a
when he's
pause.
mad,
We're gonna have to
and
take
you're
a
being
pause and
narcissistic and
get
won't
back
tell
to
me
you.
why you don't want me to come back when my abuser's mad, and you have to call me back because you don't know.
We're gonna have to call you back, okay?
You know
Because
that this
right
is
now it's a
abusive,
little
right?
bit difficult for us to really assess what you need. So we're just gonna have to take a step back. We're gonna give you a call
Why
back,
would you
okay?
call
And then
me and
when
then
you
you
come
need to
back,
take a step
we're
back?
able
Because my
to
supervisor
reach
did
out to
this
you.
before she scammed the termination and she didn't know why she called me and told me not to work. This is a repeated
Okay.
pattern. So why would people call me and then don't know why they're calling me causing psychological distress and then have
Okay.
to
How
go
about this?
when my
If you
abuser's
need a
repeatedly
personal
mad? Because I
support,
need
just
to
have
know,
your
ma'am, because
personal
family's
location.
doing it. My son's arguing too. I want to know when my abuser's mad, why do people cause conflict? Because this happened online. Someone
We
would
don't know that information.
pathologically lie
Okay.
and stage
So we're just gonna.
conflict for psychological abuse.
Kiana, Kiana, I am so
Why
sorry
would
to
you call?
interrupt you,
You
but
call me. You
we
call
have to
me,
let
and it's
go.
a
We have
pattern
to
that
let
people
go of the
call me and don't know why they're
responsibility.
causing me psychological abuse. You call me to tell me not to come back, and you don't know why you did it. Well, you told me not to come back in, and you
Kiana,
don't know why you did it.
Kiana.
So no, I want to know. I just want to make sure because this is abusive, especially coming from a woman center.
We're gonna have to take a step back, okay? I am
You
gonna have
didn't.
to
Why
hang
would you
up
have to
right
take a
now.
step back? You
But
call me. You call
if you
me, and
need a
I
support
want every
system,
time I'm
just
trying to
come to
set
the center.
boundaries to not be abused. People have to take step backs, like my family. I have a right to, set boundaries on you calling me to tell me that I can't come in and you don't know why you did it. So you should not have dialed my number to tell me that it was a problem and then you got to get your life straight.
Okay,
That's
we're gonna have
abusive,
to
and
call
I
you
think
back, okay?
conspiracy to violate
We're gonna
rights
have
is
to
a,
step away.
it's
We're
a
gonna have to
felony.
call
It's
you back.
illegal. So you call and don't know
Okay.
why. You got to get your life straight on why I can't come in. But you call me to tell me that I can't come in and don't know why you did it when my abuser's
We're
mad.
gonna have to revisit, okay?
Why would you call me if you had to revisit? You call me.
We'll have to call you back, okay?
You call me, and I hadn't even been there today. Call me when my abuser was mad to tell me not to come back. And on the inside.
Okay, now we're gonna have to revisit this conversation at another time, okay?
When my abuser tells you the lie? Okay.
Okay, talk to you soon.
It's a repeated pattern. It's like, but it's actually crimes being committed. CPS involved and different things to violate. CPS involved and railroading and, derailing your life. It's coercive control.